sit back in your seats, get something to eat, and watch this movie. Don't let the kiddies see it, because, well, we'll let you hear the beginning first. Thank you.
Welcome to Crown Club Reviewers, the only show powered entirely by Regal Unlimited passes, caffeine, and the questionable life choices that come from watching way too many movies. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Joey.
We're not professional critics, but we are professional nerds.
Each week we take you through the latest releases, breaking down everything entertainment throws our way. Insightful?
Sometimes.
Fun?
Always.
Honest?
Well, of course. Let's jump into today's feature.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Dun, dun, dun. Hunter, choose! Which way will I crap on your precious Spider-Man movie?
You're horrible. You're a horrible person, and you're horrible for it. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to a new episode of Crown Club Reviewers.
We just need to start saying CCR because neither one of us can say it. Neither one of us can say it without flubbing it.
Guys, we just went and saw Spider-Man Brand New Day. And
Spider-Man, home again, jiggity jig.
Okay, thank you for your internet. So yeah, guys, we just went and watched Spider-Man Brand New Day. And as always, we're going to give our non-spoiler, then spoiler, then final reviews. And we're going to try and do it without giving too much away in the non-spoiler section. But here's my first impression. I'm just going to say it really quick.
He's just going to go.
There was a lack of, which they had introduced him in Far From Home and No Way Home as a kind of pivotal role. However, this movie does take place many years later, and he's more established Spider-Man. But there was a very huge lacking of J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, that's my biggest complaint. You called it. You knew it right off the bat.
He was in Far From Home, and he was in No Way Home. Now, I wouldn't say a pivotal character. I may have took a step a little too far by saying pivotal character, but they reintroduced him into the world of our new Spider-Man because we hadn't had him, and then he wasn't even in this one, not once, not for a single news article, nothing.
There was a good hour and a half of this movie where I was like, this is perfect Spider-Man, except.
Where's
J.
Where's
no
J.
Jonah Jameson.
And honestly, like I'm in no joke, that's gonna be my thing. I think for this movie that I have a couple things that I'm like, but that's the one because when he came up in Far From Home, I was like, oh, and then he was in No Way Home for like the whole movie. I was like, oh, he's doing J. Jonah Jameson stuff, and then he wasn't even in this for a moment, not one singular moment was he in this movie. Again, it's years later. I could understand something. Maybe he got old. I don't know. But that actor is still, J.K. Simmons is still around.
Oh, yeah. He was just in something we watched.
So why wasn't he in this movie?
Yeah, no, yeah, that felt like a missed opportunity. We did miss our usual thing. It's Spider-Man Brand New Day, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, written by Chris McKenna, Eric Sommers, and a writing credit for Stan Lee here on IMDb from Back from the Grave. Starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, John Bernthal, Mark Ruffalo, and Sadie Sink, and one of the worst kept secrets in Hollywood history. But we'll talk about that in spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You know what? You're all worried. You're all worried that I'm going to come in here and I'm just gonna. I have a
little hope.
Throw up in your cereal bowl.
I'm excited to ask you questions because you haven't sat down.
I didn't watch any of them coming into this either.
Right. So
the only Spider-Man exposure I've had is in his other MCU roles. So in
right.
Avengers,
So you haven't seen a single of
Captain
Tom
America.
Holland's Spider-Man's movies
Right.
until this one. So there's that.
Right.
But you also haven't watched a Marvel movie in how long?
Bro,
Since
going
Endgame,
into this,
right?
Yeah, no, yeah. The magic it was gone for me. Like I wasn't even hyped for Doomsday. Like they're showing all these Doomsday trailers and it's like Steve Rogers will return and Thor will return in Doomsday. I'm like, I don't care. I went to this movie and I'm like, oh, should I just stay home and finish this piece I'm working on? Like, I really don't care. But
Do
you know
feel
what? I got
differently?
there. Yeah, bro, there's something magic about Spider-Man.
Yes. Dude, and that's something I wanted to bring up too, is because I had told you, like, when we saw the trailer for Brand New Day 3 months ago, when we were watching whatever other movie, I was like, wow, should I finish watching the Spider-Mans? Maybe. And then we saw the trailer again, and I was like, I think if I can, I think I'm going to watch them all. And I sat and watched Homecoming, and I was like, yeah, I remember that. That was good. And then I watched Far From Home, and I was like, that wasn't a great Spider-Man movie, but Jake Gyllenhaal was in it, I'm fine. But I had never seen No Way Home. And even when the hype came out, I didn't go see it.
That was one where I was like, oh man, this has Toby and Andrew and
dude. And then after I watched
Green Goblin and Doc Ock and like, like, so during those trailers, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to see this, but I just never did.
And then I finally watched No Way Home before this came out, and I'm so happy I did, because that movie, I was like, oh my God, I'm so hyped on Marvel again. Wow, that was great. So yeah, I was super excited to go see this. And you're right, Spider-Man, there's a magic to him. It really is. There's a magic to Spider-Man.
I like that it wasn't world-ending threats, right?
Right. It's the friendly
neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, just going around
little potatoes, not big potatoes, little potatoes.
Not an Avengers level threat.
right. Which is great, because that's more of the superhero movies I want. Is like, I want to build the universe before hitting the big one. Whereas we kind of did that, right, before Avengers, but it's like they also had some of that world-ending stuff in other people's movies, and I was like, let's save that for the big one. But it's fine; it all worked out.
It gets to a point too where it was like too much.
Yeah. How many
world-ending when they really? And I will say this too: watching this, why in Phase 5? Why post Endgame do we not just put Peter Parker in the Iron Man role? Like, why didn't we step up and make him the face of Marvel for the next?
So you didn't watch No Way Home?
No, I understand.
No, I know, but that's where a lot of what you just said is in. So that's a lot of your questions would be answered in that movie.
I'm not trying to answer. I'm saying, why did Phase 5 focus on all this bullshit that no one cared about? Whoa. And not just go into building Spider-Man and the new Avengers?
I guess it depends on which Phase 5 stuff you're talking about. Because
most of the purgatory stuff on Disney Plus, and then a bunch of movies that no one saw.
That's Phase 4. That wasn't Phase 5.
Whatever.
Phase 5 is now the new stuff.
Post Endgame to now.
Which was that was Phase 4.
Phase 4, okay. Phase 4.
So
why didn't we just go straight into Spider-Man and have him be the face, like Robert Downey Jr. was the face for the first decade?
I mean, I guess I would say that that's what No Way Home was. And then all the other properties, looks like I said myself, I haven't actually watched. And like, I need to watch the Multiverse of Madness. I need to watch that, because that's directly after that. But there's a bunch of other ones like Ant-Man and Quantum and like all that stuff, and I don't know if I need to watch. I don't know what's the necessity to have to watch, you know. But
well, the point is there's no necessity in it, because they're just gonna go pretend that Phase 4 didn't exist, basically.
I don't think they're gonna pretend it didn't exist. We don't know. The Phase 5 has just begun. Brand New Day is the beginning of Phase 5. We don't know. Like, we are at now present day. Phase 4. We are at present day.
Made this much money. Phase 5 made this much money.
Phase 4
is forgotten.
It's not forgotten.
AI secret invasion bullshit. Get out of here.
Oh my god. All right, let's stop talking about all the other crap because we're here to talk about Spider-Man. Okay? So, here's the first thing is I guess you kind of gave your first impression already. And we're already actually out of the non-spoiler section. So, is there any other non-spoiler thing you want to say?
Signal. I like John Bernthal.
Yeah, John Bernthal was pretty great in this. John Bernthal was pretty great. I
also he and Toby play off each other really well.
Toby
throughout the whole thing. Maguire, Toby Maguire. That's how he plays Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Tom Holland,
yes,
the
Tom
new
Holland,
Spider-Man.
the new Spider-Man. Yeah, who's been
not my
for a while.
not my Spider-Man, obviously, but the new Spider-Man. Spider-Man and the Punisher play well off each other.
Yes, they did. They did very well off each other, and I also really liked what Sadie's role ended up being, without going into spoilers. So,
well,
yeah,
everybody knows, but we'll discuss.
But if you hear that sound, guys, that means we're heading into the spoilers section of this review. If you haven't seen the movie, then go ahead and go see it and then come back to watch the rest. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then go ahead and continue on through. Or if you just want to know what we gave it for ratings, skip on to the end. So, Joey.
Guys, you're not going to believe it. Sadie sings Jean Grey.
You really couldn't wait.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Everyone does not know.
Everyone knows.
No idea going in. I very specifically kept myself from seeing anything on the internet. Like there was tons of
you are famously off the internet.
I am very famously off the internet, which is great for me because everything gets to be new and
everything's a surprise,
spoiler free and surprise. Exactly.
You have no drama. Everything's a surprise.
Yeah. So like there was the possibility that she was Gwen Stacy. There was a possibility that she was a different villain.
I do think his blonde neighbor that he talks to
might be Gwen Stacy. It's very possible. Very possible. But yeah, her being Jean Grey was definitely one of the big ones that people were guessing. Which here's my first thing I'm going to say about Sadie Sink being Jean Grey.
She's better than Sophie Turner.
This guy can't even let me get a thought out.
I can read your mind like Jean Grey, brother.
Wow, you mean like Sarah Grey? Anyway,
Sarah Grey is nothing. She's dead.
Wow. So anyway,
put her in a body bag.
I do think Sadie did better than Sophie, which, you know, Sophie was fine, but I feel like at the time she was just so big. They were like, oh, let's get a big name actress. She'll be great. And like, she was fine. I don't think she was the absolute worst rendition of Jean Grey there ever is, but she's definitely not the best and she's not within the top 3, I think. But Sadie,
put her behind one of the animated ones.
Yeah. Sadie did great. I thought Sadie did very, very well. And I'll also say too, I
didn't really like her writing just because she was sort of like just a hard villain, written as like a hard villain all the way through until the end.
I mean, if we kind of look at Jean Grey's story, even over all the different X-Men we've seen, it's a little bit of a different take because usually she starts out as good and then turns evil and then turns good again. Like that's one rendition of a story.
If we're lucky, we won't get the Dark Phoenix saga for a
while. I would hope for a while.
A dozenth time in the last 8 years.
But I think that's why we're getting something a little bit more different, something we can really be like, oh yeah, new Jean Grey, because the fact we start her off as we say evil, but really she's more bad. Because in the end, it's really just about her trying to find her sister.
Well, I mean, she's like blowing buildings up and like countless deaths that we.
What other superheroes do you know that have also done that? And we've been like, hey, you're a cool guy. You're on the Avengers now.
The Punisher.
Right, the Punisher, Hulk, like Thor, even like there are heroes tend to destroy things.
You know,
not on
we're already in that audience. Like I think, like a general, like
now,
kid.
I will say publicly wise for Jean Grey, because it was all contained within the defense.
Nobody knows.
Yes, nobody knows it was her, so she's gonna be able to have her own identity, becoming whoever it is she wants to become. And I like that we have set up a new government villain. So
Weapon X 2.0. I'm disappointed we didn't get to see the Punisher in his classic
outfit,
his classic suit with the white.
Yeah, it was
boots and
mostly
belt.
in the early.
It's just the new like the 90s 2000s Punishers get up.
I will.
It would have been fun. It would have been fun to see him in like this lighter sort of family friendly role to be in like the more classic Punisher costume.
Sure. I will say I need to watch.
I don't know how you would have explained it, but
I need to watch the new Punisher show. I don't know if the Punisher show takes place before or after this. I wonder if the Staten Island thing is in the show or not. I don't know. I don't actually. Not sure. Because the Staten Island thing they just kept talking about. That was
Tom Holland
to feature in the show. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if you need it. Like, it's a fun sort of like little in joke.
Yes,
that they would
exactly.
Have just being in this
and it makes the world feel more like this isn't the only thing that happens.
You know?
Yeah, this isn't the only thing that happens. Which
and that Spider-Man has been being Spider-Man for like years.
4 years. 4 years. So in current timeline, it's 2028.
Yeah.
In the present, so they're 2 years ahead of us. In real world.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I want an office like New Black Widow.
What'd you say?
I want an office like New Black Widow.
Yeah, I wanna, yeah.
I just want to soak in a fucking hot tub all day. Drink fucking margs and get on my laptop when I need to talk about Avengers stuff.
I loved the montage of like, this is now Peter. We're gonna fast forward 4 years to him becoming the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we all know and love. Because Tom Holland's Spider-Man at first in the first three was a different Spider-Man than we have ever really known.
He was very sponsored.
He was known, sponsored. He was very, big. And then he got his name out and everybody knew who he was. Like, totally different than we've usually ever gotten.
He tried to do an Iron Man.
Yeah, to have this complete restart and reboot of Spider-Man in adult Spider-Man 2, by the way. Like, he's not the teenager in high school. He is adult super Spider-Man, not Superman. Spider-Man. Man, you did Tobey Maguire. I did Super. Anyway, it's okay.
It's
nice.
We all get one.
We all get one. That was really cool, really fun. I was wondering how many years we'd go to, and each time I was like, did he just say sophomore? Oh my gosh, it's been 2 years. Graduating? It's been 4 years. I was like, whoa.
They're MIT too. It could have been 6. They could be on master's programs.
They did never actually say how many years it was.
Yeah, they could be on master's programs. I do like that we've spent enough time with Spider-Man through movies and comics and animation and games that we can just have villains show up now.
Yeah.
And just be like, we don't need a reason for them. People can just be like, oh, it's Scorpion.
Yeah. Yep. That's Scorpion. Yep. Which Tombstone, that was stuff we talked about before we started recording.
Yeah. Before we recorded the Shocker's Gauntlet showing up.
Yeah. So that was, and that's funny too, because that was from Homecoming. Like the Shocker was in Homecoming and then the Gauntlets now they're brought back. And dude, when he tapped on the glass, it was like, hey, be careful with those, because he himself, it's so good. Like, there's so many, and he was so witty in this one. Like, he's kind of witty in the other ones, but this was like prime, hey, buddy, then a punch. Sure. You know what I mean? Like,
he's just quipping all over the place, and
yeah. So that was really great. To see the difference in Tom Holland too, like, because I had just watched Homecoming, and to see him in this now, I'm like, holy shit, that motherfucker is getting older. Not like old, but like he's really not a young guy anymore.
Yeah, he's not a kid for sure. Like when he showed up in Civil War or whatever.
Yep.
He's definitely. But they cast him at what? 16 for that? 17?
Something like that. So he's gonna be in it.
He's not that. He's like 30, right?
Yeah,
he's a kid.
He's like the same age as me.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's got another 15 years, honestly, before we really have to think of like, okay, he's like sort of aged out of Spider.
Sure. Well, then we'll just bring him back as a villain.
Yeah, or in a multiverse crossover, because we'll have gone back around to the multiverse again at that point or something.
But what were we saying? Oh, Tombstone. We were talking about the villains and stuff that show up. It was interesting because we were like, oh, that's not the Tombstone we know. Like, we both, he's usually more blue. He's more like a dead guy. But the fact that when he showed up on screen, we both were like, that's Tombstone. It had to be
no.
good enough because we knew who it was.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. I do wish we got more of the detective and Spider-Man dynamic. We got a good amount, I think. But it was an interesting one.
I mean, Spider-Man's never written like Batman.
Right.
Like Batman makes much more sense where he's doing like the lab stuff and he's sort of investigating crimes. I kind of like that we have this sort of artifact of Tony Stark in Spider-Man. Like he's has like the smart AI voice assistant, like he's doing like building this stuff, but he doesn't need to be like a full-on detective because he can just be like, hey, analyze this.
Right. Yep.
Right. Like it lets him be more on the fly.
So here's a question for you, because you didn't watch the other Spider-Man, so you didn't really get this invested into it. But how do you feel about Ned and MJ, and sort of where things left off on that? Because Ned, at the end, as we know, remembers. He does the handshake, and that's the thing that makes him regain sort of the memory.
It's kind of interesting. Like it feels like
So is MJ lying and trying to protect him to protect her? You know what I mean? Because during the thing where they were frozen, she was like crying. And I wonder if she sort of knew. She was like, I care for him. I know something's wrong. You know? Yeah. So is she lying? Because Ned got his memory back. Did she? You know what I mean? So I don't know. What's your opinion?
Well, you know, I didn't see the last one, but I know that there was a spell that erased Peter Parker from everybody's memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think the Ned thing sort of locks it in. That she probably knows.
I think so. I think when Jean made them kiss, that when she joked that like, oh, the kiss would bring back.
I didn't remember anything. Yeah.
I think it actually did, even though she wasn't her own self. I think it might have, but I don't know. That's my guess.
I don't know. It would be fun if the neighbor was Gwen Stacy and Peter got to move on and be happy, and MJ had to sit on the sideline for a movie.
I think it would be even better because she said, I don't love you. So he has kind of the permission to move on.
He has the pass to move on.
So in the next movie he does, and then she's like, I was lying. I do love you. I do remember everything. And then it just throws a wrench in his entire life once again, because that's classic Spider-Man. MJ doing some stuff that makes Spider-Man just go crazy.
Yeah. So I will say this too. I know I didn't mention it earlier because I was trying to hold back some of my negative thoughts, but this felt a little long. It got to a point in the movie where I was like, oh, look at that. Everything's wrapped up. We're going to get this after credit scene. We're going to get this after credit scene. Jean Grey's taken care of. The Hulk's taken care of. There's a nice little bow on everything. Oh, we're buckle up. I guess we're going into a second movie.
That's interesting that you were like, oh, great, it's wrapping up. Because we got to that point and I was like, this is not the end of the movie. There's no way this is the end of the movie. There's
stuff to explore in the sequels, like everything.
Yeah, I immediately was like, there is not enough wrap up here. We're
gonna get a nice little after credit scene with either like Wolverine or Charles Xavier or Magneto.
Charles Xavier would have been awesome as a nice little post credit scene. However, I knew it wasn't over because up to that point, we hadn't seen the scene where he goes, I need to stretch. I'm not in high school anymore. And I was like, did they lie to us? And then it kept going.
They lie all the time in Marvel trailers, man.
But then it kept going, and I was like, okay,
I was expecting to see Daredevil show up in one of the hand ninja scenes.
He showed up in No Way Home.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in No Way Home.
What if he'd shown up in this? It would have bloated the cast even more.
Maybe. Man. Oh, okay. So we're coming up on us needing to make sure we rate. But go ahead.
The Punisher pulling out a second grenade launcher is the most Punisher thing that could have happened.
He goes, yeah, that was really good. I liked that a lot. So here's my last thing. and it's something I was talking to Kay about when we got home. And that is the hand. So first off,
they definitely set up a bunch of factions that they're planning to like expand into this session with Secret Wars.
So I'll tell you this. I recently rewatched Iron Man 1.
Yeah. Hand shows up.
The Hand is one of the major factions in the beginning of that movie when he goes and takes down different bases. And I thought to myself, holy crap, the Hand's been here since the first one? And then as I watched the other ones, I said, why is the Hand everywhere? And they're very dominant in Shang-Chi. That's like the main villain in Shang-Chi. And I just, as I went back, I was like, holy crap, I'm watching these other movies.
Why didn't Shang-Chi take care of these guys?
Well, you didn't watch Shang-Chi.
No.
The Hand is ever expanding. But it's just interesting. I was like, damn, we really are doing something with the Hand here. And they've been here like for a long, long time. But you know, that's just an interesting thing. But that's the one thing I wanted to bring up was that the fact that and when we saw the Hand, because he fought them in the monologue. Or not the monologue, the
prologue.
The montage.
The montage, yeah.
And then when they showed up, I'm like, oh my God. He goes, no, they're on our side. And that's when I first was like,
this guy's a piece of shit.
I don't think these military guys are good guys.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I saw that dude and I was like, yes, you're the new Striker. This is Weapon X 2.0.
Yeah, like, I was like, and also...
You're a piece of shit and Spider-Man knows it. And he just told me you're a piece of shit.
I will say that group reminds me a lot of the group that's in the game, the Amazing Spider-Man game. So I feel like that's maybe sort of where that's going to go. Because I think it is the same. I think it is the same. They pulled
from the games for sure.
A lot of the fights, I was like, damn, they look straight out of the game.
The fight choreography in this was sick.
Yeah. Oh, and
nothing looked like rubbery. Like the CGI was all really well done. Like they knew what they were going to do and they did it.
And you know what else?
Changed it like 2 weeks before the movie came out.
And you know what else is great about this movie that I know you, I'm sure, enjoyed and very much appreciated? I could see everything.
Yeah,
there was no dark scenes.
We didn't hide everything. Actually, the lighting was sick. Like we had a lot of really good comic book lighting where like half the face would be contrasted out in shadow and the other half in light.
Even the fight in the building where like it seemed like it was dark was not dark. Like we could see all of those things. Also, those bombs seemed a lot like Green Goblin's bombs from
Goblin grenades, brother.
So there was tons of tech that these guys have been building off of all the stuff. And now, also, our Spider-Man created the mutant vaccine. Don't love that.
Yeah, no, don't love that. That's definitely coming back.
100%. Don't love that. Unless Jean destroyed it before leaving. Maybe.
No, the files have to exist.
Yeah.
You know that shit's coming back.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have put as much emphasis on it.
When they talked about it at the college, I was like, Peter.
Yeah, Bruce says this is morally objective.
Yep.
Bad.
Yep.
MJ says this is morally bad. Gene says this is morally bad. The guy, fucking Weapon X 2.0 is like, ooh, that's cool. Let me see that.
Yeah, so very, very interesting. That was like, eek. Very excited for what's to come. So that's cool. So I had said my one bad thing was that there was no J. Jonah Jameson. I have one other thing, and that was for a Spider-Man movie, the soundtrack was kind of lacking.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was really good in the front.
Disappointed in the after credits stuff. Like you come to expect a certain after credits presence from Marvel. And the lights came up and we're like, what the fuck?
There's no way. There has to be at least two.
What is going on right now?
Yeah, so the after credits scene was pretty disappointing. I mean, it was funny and like
it sets up Secret Wars, which I think is probably the big next Avengers movie after Doomsday.
But yeah, the soundtrack in the front was kind of banger. I was like, okay. And then like immediately after the montage, the music wasn't that great. It was kind of lackluster.
You know what this movie made me feel the most?
Go ahead.
I miss Stan Lee.
Well, it's Spider-Man. That makes a lot of sense. Well, let's go ahead and go into our crown ratings for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, Joey, as always, please start us off with your rating and why.
This is probably one of the best Marvel projects in years. There's something magic about Spider-Man. I'm going to give this 4 web grenades out of 5.
4 web grenades out of 5. That's honestly, and don't take any offense, that is honestly immediately your face. That is probably an extremely surprising rate from you for a Marvel property. Did not expect a 4. That's honestly coming for you. Must be that it was a pretty decent movie for a Marvel movie.
Yeah. I'm excited for Doomsday now. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm also pretty excited. I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. So for me, what is my rating? So, like you said, Spider-Man, there's something magical about him. And Spider-Man's the reason why I'm kind of wanting to watch a little more Marvel again, come back to it. We've been gone from it for so long. Us, not like the people, us. Yeah, like No Way
people
Home.
too.
Yeah. No Way Home got me super excited. Brand New Day. I was very happy with this movie. I thought it looked really great. I even cried a little bit, which I always say is a good indicator of a compelling movie.
Did you cry when the Punisher was like crying?
Yeah, that's when I cried for sure.
You cried with the Punisher.
I cried with the Punisher. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to give it myself. I'm going to give it 4 mutant gene thing chips.
4 mutant gene thing chips. Suppressor chips?
Suppressor chips. 4 gene suppressor chips.
I hope that picture exists somewhere on the internet.
If we can't do 4 gene suppressor chips, then I'll do
How about 4
No, I'll
X
do
gene?
4 Lego Chewbacca's.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 Lego Chewbacca's. I like that better. But yeah, pretty decent movie. I was very
Thanks
happy
to
with
Lucasfilms.
Thanks to Lucasfilms. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And tell us what movies you think we should watch next, what you thought of the movie, and what you thought of our review itself. You know, whatever.
Guys, tell us in the comments, is the Punisher chili good or not?
Yeah, he's eating it out of a soup can.
Out of a fucking soup can. He probably just eat it up, kept those chunky chili.
Anyway, guys,
in the can on the hot plate.
thank you guys so much, and we'll see you at the movies.
Later.